Over the last 4 years, the Ontario government has hit doctors with unsustainable unilateral fee cuts. Since January 2015 alone, Kathleen Wynne's government has cut nearly $1 billion from the Physicians' Services budget. More than 200 family doctors and specialists have reduced patient services, retired early, or left the province. It's not that doctors are overpaid. The government is doing this to pay for the financial disaster they have created in many areas across the province. Now they threaten doctors with an even more severe financial beating if we don't fall in line and sign an open-ended, very vague deal quickly. The proposed Physician Services Agreement was negotiated secretly by the OMA and broke a key promise. OMA members had been assured continually there would be no negotiations without binding arbitration. But a secret deal had been underway for weeks. President Wally and the OMA Board of Directors clearly misled us and betrayed our trust. The proposed Physician Services Agreement they negotiated in secret asks that doctors trust us to fill in the blanks. If we can't trust our own people to speak honestly and respect our basic position on binding arbitration, why would we ever trust them or nameless government bureaucrats with such a flawed, reckless proposal? The proposed PSA is only 6 pages long and lacks any structure to support the OMA claim that it will bring stability and predictability to healthcare. What it will most certainly do is permanently lock in nearly $1 billion in previous cuts and then cut an additional $200 million. Patient access to care will be even further compromised. The claim that all doctors will get a raise is not true. The total physician services budget for the province will increase by 2.5% annually, but that amount is vastly outweighed by other considerations. Inflation is ignored. At least 800 new doctors enter the Ontario workplace yearly, and they and the healthcare services they generate all have to be paid from that small 2.5% increase in the annual physician services budget. Our population is aging rapidly and requires more medical support than ever, not less. If doctors in the course of providing care exceed a yearly mandated maximum, the government promises to claw those dollars back the following year. This downloading of the management of healthcare dollars onto doctors is contrary to the Canada Health Act and should be rejected. This is not a healthy deal and will lead to decreased patient access and more frustration. Even the OMA says on their website, it's not a perfect choice, far from it. So why is the OMA pushing so hard and trying to instill fear about voting no? The Coalition of Ontario Doctors was formed to help doctors democratically voice their opposition to this rushed, incomplete PSA. It represents a wide range of services and specialties, and over 20,000 individuals have now joined, with more arriving every day. On August 5th, the Coalition of Ontario Doctors took their concerns about these OMA scare tactics and poor democratic process in front of a Superior Court judge. Justice Perel concluded that the OMA's executive abused its authority and was unfair and confusing, if not somewhat sneaky. He went as far as to say the original OMA proxy was unhelpful, unclear, unbalanced, and unfair. We must continue to insist on binding arbitration. Vote no to the current proposal, and then we can work on a solution that is fair for all. Right now, we must remember that this is the same OMA negotiating team we trusted in 2012. And then we simply need to look at the healthcare chaos that exists today. Don't be intimidated by ongoing threats from the Wynne government through the OMA. Don't compromise your future by letting anonymous committees and government bureaucrats fill in the blanks on a bad contract and rubber stamp your future. There is no need to push this forward in such a hurried-up manner with an arbitrary deadline during vacation time. A Superior Court judge has admonished the OMA for creating confusion and a lack of trust. The new proxy vote he has insisted on clears the way for doctors to be heard and have an honest vote. Please do your part now. Send a message to the OMA that there is a better way for all. Submit your proxy and vote to support your profession and healthcare in Ontario. Your vote will make a difference to the future of everyone in Ontario. There are 3 motions you will be voting on. Motion 1, ensures binding arbitration will be adhered to if required. Please vote for this motion. Motion 2 calls for ratification of the Physician Services Agreement the OMA just secretly negotiated with the government after telling us they wouldn't do that. Please vote against this motion. Motion 3 insists that in all future negotiations, OMA section chairs are kept fully informed, so secret, sneaky proposals like this PSA never see the light of day. Please vote for this motion. Every OMA member is entitled to vote. Please call 1-888-518-6805 and we will have someone help you cast your vote. You can vote online directly if you wish, but please send a confirmation email so we can help ensure your vote is counted. Voting ends on Friday, August 12th at noon. Please vote as soon as possible and call our support staff at this number for questions or help voting.